Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing 60 Seconds Reatomized. Usually we do the achievement hunt. I believe we have 43 out of 60 so far, but today's going to be a little bit different. I had a comment from Scott12330 Fun with Games. He asked that I do the escape, the Men in Black, and keep everybody alive. Yeah, so I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to see if I can do it, because last time I played I did get the achievement and the escape, but a handful of people died. I think it was actually just Ted that lived. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure it was like one person. So I'm going to see if I can get the medkit, the gun. Let me see. Medkit's most important right now. Medkit is most important. And the rest, I'm getting food. I don't see the medkit. We'll find it, hopefully. Let's just start here and get a bunch of food. And the exit. Is that the exit right there on the left? Potentially. Alright, so we're going to run through this. We're going to get a bunch of food. We're going to get our shelter all set up. And then we're going to try to do the Men in Black escape again. I still don't see the med kit, which is fine. Let's figure this out. Okay, so we got a bunch of food so far. Yeah, get the kids. We'll start with her. Ah, getting stuck. And I still don't see the med kit, which is fine. Grab this. Grab a water. We still need to get the mom. I don't see her. Okay, where is she? Actually? Okay. Okay, I do see a flashlight. We'll just grab that on our way out. Oh, no. Okay. We didn't get the med kit. But we got a lot of food, we got a little bit of water, we got a couple of items, and we got the whole family. So, everybody needs to survive. And also, for the Tora achievement, we're at 480 out of 1,337. When we get that achievement, that'll be probably the longest one. Tedious one. Alright, so we got plenty of food, plenty of water. We need to keep it that way, because for the Men in Black escape, we have to get Shirkov the cat. And we will do some stuff to find the Men in Black, and then we have to help them. We have to give them like 4 cans of food or 4 cans of water. We got a radio, a gas mask, harmonica. Don't care too much about it. We can go to the 5th day before we give them water, and then the 10th day before we have to give them food and water again. So we can just pretty much sprint through this. And the next day we're going to send somebody out for supplies immediately, because we want to try to get as much food as possible, and then just kind of bunker down and get that escape. Let's see, does it have any fun things to read? We played I Spy, and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. Ted is fine. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Okay, so it's just family update. We're gonna send somebody out for sure. Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This is very odd. Maybe someone should find out what's going on with her. So, typically, I try to make them crazy by like ignoring them and all that fun stuff, because I need to get all 4 people crazy, but I'm not going to do that this run. I'm just going to go straight up for the request. They wanted me to get the Men in Black with everybody, so I'm just going to aim for that and don't deviate too much. If I deviate too much, then it might cause some problems. Nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but talking alone seems to do the trick. Alright, let me check. I just want to make sure everything is reading right. I'm going to turn my mic up just a little bit. Turn things up just enough. Because I did those horror games. I don't know if you watched those. And I was pretty scared. I'm not much of a horror guy. So going to that was pretty insane for me. We're not going to send Dolores because I feel like she dies quick for some reason. Ted always gets sick though. We'll just send Timmy. And maybe we can give him a gas. We'll hold off on the gas mask. But yeah. Those horror games terrified me. The ones I posted for Halloween, the little 2-episode special I did. They were pretty short videos, but they were fun to do. I'm thinking about doing some more because I did enjoy playing them, but I was very scared. I'm not very good with that. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted looks like he's got 1 foot in the grave. So he needs water is what it is, which they're fine until the 5th. Boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied. Maybe we could take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props in a movie set. We need the axe just in case for defense, so we're not going to risk it. But yeah, those 2 games scared the crap out of me. And then the next game I'm going to play for horror, I'm thinking about making it like a monthly thing. Like, once a month I play a horror game. And the next one that I got, it is called Madison. And apparently it's like 10 times scarier than the one I got. And it's a lot longer too, so it's going to be a really long form play. And I'm kind of nervous. Ted and Mary Jane seemed let down, but we have more important things to do than playing theater right now. Ted looks like he's got... Oh, this is just more update. There's no events or anything. We're on the 5th day, so we're going to give everybody water. Been a while since we showered. The smell in this tiny shelter is far from roses as it gets. We had thought of washing ourselves. Too bad we didn't grab any soap along the way. But maybe we can make do with something else. We'll use a gas mask. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys enjoyed those scary episodes or not. I'm not too sure. And also, I wanted to say, I saw that we have 35 subscribers. It's growing way quicker than I thought. Because it's only been like 2 months. Like, I think it just passed the 2-month mark like 4 days ago. And my goal was 50 subscribers by the end of the year. And I'm already at like 36 subscribers. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that. And I just want to say thank you for that. Seriously. It's really nice seeing you guys come around and leave comments and everything. It's pretty cool. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. If we can survive just a little bit longer, dirty ears shouldn't be much of a problem. Just to be sure, Dad dibs on the gas mask. Alright. And we don't have to give him food or water until the 10th day. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we could just get out and leave? Walk the surface like we used to? Smell the fumes and pollution? That's the scent of freedom we miss. I remember whenever I was younger, I grew up in like the city a bit, and then I moved out to like this little tiny town. And I just remember the conversation on the bus. There's this kid, because like there wasn't very many yards, right? Whenever I was a kid, there was, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? When you mowed, it wasn't much. But out there, because they mowed like fields at a time kind of thing, the smell of like cut grass was really strong. And I didn't expect it, and like I got allergies and things like that. So they had mowed, and I remember saying something on the bus. I was like, oh my god, it smells like cut grass like really bad. And they just thought it was crazy, and they're like, oh yeah, he's used to them car fumes. And I was like, what? I was like, no, it's just really strong, man. I got allergies. But I thought that was the funniest thing. So every once in a while, whenever I think about like pollution or I think about like cut grass, it brings back that memory. And it's just the funniest thing ever. To me at least, I don't know. To them, it was pretty funny, too. We had, like, a good, like, 30-minute conversation just laughing, cracking jokes. Where did that green puddle come from? Oh, dear. The pipe is leaking green goo. That is not good. It's not good at all. We need to act now. And no one packed him up. What do we do now? Okay. This is one of the events that can turn Mary Jane into a mutant. There is I think it's 1 to 2% chance that this will work. If we do nothing, she will turn into a mutant. And oh, we got the achievement for mutant. We got the achievement for mutant for Mary Jane. Holy cow, I did it, finally. I've been fighting to get this dang thing. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. So not only are we doing the Men in Black escape, the VIP escape again, but we got the mutant escape achievement while doing it. That is such good news. Man, I was like, I'd like to work on the achievement hunt, but it's okay that I don't because it's a request, and then we're getting achievements still. That's freaking cool, man. We couldn't figure it out, so we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe, none whatsoever. What the hell? Mary Jane went to bed, her normal self, and now she's all mutated. Oh, Mary Jane, what happened to you? Oh, that's so cool, man. That's so cool. We're on day 8. We gotta wait till day 10 to feed and water everybody. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with the colony growing on the walls, we've changed our loyalties. We're all about mushrooms now. Should we eat them? No. Oh, man. I was going to tag it like... I was going to tag the thumbnail and stuff like viewer request, but now that I got the mutant... I don't know, because I want Scott to be able to see it. Like, you know, like, I didn't... You know, I'm not ignoring y'all's comments. When you leave a comment, I read them, you know? And if it's a challenge or anything like that, I'd like to give it a shot. As long as it's not, like, insane, you know? As long as it's not, like... A crazy request, but yeah, if it's something that's doable, I like challenges. I'm cool with that. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we'll never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. One more day we can feed and water. We're not doing anything with the radio. We don't need it. But yeah, so alright, Timmy's back on day 10. That's perfect timing because everybody's getting food and water. And he brought some more water. I don't see anything else. But yeah. I like requests. I like the challenges, but I'll try to tag this as her, but also tag it as a viewer request. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use the radio on a regular basis to catch up emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. A few days before the blast, Timmy got into a fight with a kid named Ethan and beat him with a stick. We were supposed to visit Ethan's parents and talk about the incident, but we were a bit busy back then. Well, now we have all the time in the world, and although it looks like our friends weren't home, we still decided to pay them a visit. We were invited after all. Behind the remains of their kitchen counter, we found some bottled water. It's not our favorite brand, but it'll have to do. +2 water. Alright, cool. So now, food and water for all of them. Timmy is just sick. I should have sent the gas mask, I guess. And we're going to send somebody else. I don't know if sending Mary Jane is okay. While Mary Jane was rummaging through our belongings, she found a single plant seed. We have no idea what kind of seed it is, but maybe it's the start of something great. We're lucky. It might be an apple tree or a cherry tree, or something edible. We need to use a bottle of water to plant it. How about that? You know, I don't recall this ever, so let's do it. I just want to see what it does. Okay, so we got our plant in the corner. Okay, here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope these seeds don't turn into some useless flower. Mary Jane seems optimistic, though. Starvation, hunger. I just spat them all yesterday. I'll go ahead and do it again. And since he's... Okay, I'll do this. And we're gonna send somebody out. We'll send the dad. Maybe I should send the daughter. I mean, it said she was excellent. So, yeah, let's just send the daughter. I mean, she's already mutated. I doubt she'd get sick. Made me a good cup of coffee today. It's delicious. I put caramel in it. Tastes good. I enjoy it. Alright, we're gonna give them... Dude, he's still hungry. Or he's still starvation. I'll give it to him just because it makes me nervous. I don't want them to die, so... we had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. Should we send someone to answer it? No, we don't really need to do that. We're aiming for Shirkov the cat. We gotta trade a can of food, and then we need to make sure we have enough food afterwards to trade for the guys. Well, they might ask for water, so honestly, getting a good amount of water would be smart too. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not gonna take any chances, and it took a while for the ringing to stop. It's pretty annoying for us all. All right, let's look at their needs. Thirsty, hungry, and this boy is hungry, tired, sick, and thirsty. Poor boy. For our isolated fallout shelter, we sure have a lot of disturbances. Something's been making a lot of noise since dawn, and it wouldn't stop, and we couldn't sleep. It seems to be coming from under the floor, and coincidentally, we found a manhole that we could use to go down and check out what's going on. Sometimes you get items from here. We got the radio. I think it would give us the map. I don't know if we really need to do this. I'd like to get food. Or not food, but water. And I don't know if it gives water. I think I'm just going to ignore it. Right? Alright, we got a knock on the door. Going into a tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps even up here. Alright. Dehydration, so he's good. So 15, we'll give them water. We'll give all of them water. We were discussing plans for our first meal, and that didn't include tomato soup when we heard a yell outside. We discovered they come from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we were surprised they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could, water, food, or medical supplies. It's hard because I've been trying to memorize all these events, and it's pretty difficult, to be honest, because I can't remember what this one is. I want to say it's related to like the whatchamacallit, the survivor camp, but I honestly can't remember, and I don't know if it pays us back in the future. And since we're not worried about that, let's just ignore it for now. Because I remember doing it before, and I gave them something, but I just can't remember, you know, what it did. We could tell our guests were not thrilled with our refusal. Their tired eyes alone were enough to understand how much they needed those supplies. They did not beg, but simply turned around and left in an unknown direction. Maybe they will have more luck elsewhere. Maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and give water to everybody. He's starvation as well, so I'll give that to him. They're actually all starvation. Well, she is, and he is. Let's just do that and and leave them be. It's high time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning into a radio station and learning a thing or two about our brave new world? I don't care too much for that. We're waiting for Shirkov. I'm waiting for the daughter to return. It makes me nervous. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue about what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Tired, sick, hungry. I need a med kit, really. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It'd be a good idea to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. We'll just keep ignoring it for now. Come on, Timmy, tough it out. You can do this, brother. We got a little plant. Feed me. Oh no, I'm gonna have to start feeding it, huh? If there was one thing we need to do, it's to use the radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. We're not doing it, so it is what it is. The dad's on starvation. We'll wait till tomorrow to feed him. A tickling sensation woke us up. The roars got us out of bed. Turns out Mary Jane's plant is some sort of monster plant, and it's out for blood, brains, or whatever it chews on. We need to do something. I don't know. I don't know what to do. We'll just chop it down. It's out for blood. I can't get injured. I've got Timmy that's already sick and needs a med kit, so I can't afford to get somebody else, you know. Okay, I got some food. Okay, die, you plant thing, die. Is this sharp enough for you? Chop, chop, pew. That was a close one. Without this axe, we would have been plant food. Or would that make us fertilizer? Well, the joke is on that dang plant, since we ended up harvesting some of it for food. Okay, cool. So we get some food when you chop down the plant. So that's a good one we could try to do in the future. So do the plant, because it gives us food. For one water, though. I needed the reverse. Life in the shelter can really put a strain on personal relationships. Privacy is forgotten, impossible concept now. So even if you wanted to clear the air, well, even the most private conversations are guaranteed unwanted audience. Dolores and Ted could really use a quiet moment to talk in peace. How about a picnic in the park nearby? You know what? Shoot for it, dude. Maybe we'll find some water, because I actually need some. Because here soon we're going to do the VIP thing. Okay, cool. And we got some more water, but did they bring us any? What did the park bring us? Nothing like a romantic outing in a ruined post-apocalyptic park, complete with giggling and whispering sweet nothings over a shared can of tomato soup. At least that's how Ted remembers it. Dolores, unwilling to comment, but they both feel better today, so clearly whatever happened has lifted their spirits. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning from the shelter, from the surface. Okay, one can of food. I gotta read all this. Okay, Krun Fura Gora Rora Hunvt Shirt Hurt Margwork Yar Ung Harvzer Humpger Arar. I hope you guys don't hate me for that. I'm sorry. +2 water. Alright, let's see what we got for the people. So Ted's both. She is just dehydration. We're trying to keep them all alive, so that's the goal. We're gonna send somebody out again. Mary Jane's feeling excellent again. So I guess she's like an infinite freaking resource gatherer now. Okay, the situation is simple. We're bored. It's too quiet, and we're desperately craving entertainment. The solution also seems simple. Somebody could give our whole old harmonica a spin, but who is best suited to give high-quality mouth organ concert? A decision has to be made. I'm gonna do Ted because he always does good on it. Everybody's like, "Wow, Ted's so good at the harmonica." That's what they say. They go, "Man, he's so good." All right, so we'll say, "Not bad, Ted. We knew he had some sense of rhythm. He has always enjoyed dancing. However, we never suspected him the ability to create pleasant sounds with his mouth, ones that are actually worth listening to. That was entertainment." All right, so where are we at with the food and all that? Starvation for the mom, we'll give her something. Starvation for the daughter, we'll give her something. And honestly, she's good to go again. She doesn't need anything. She can't take anything. So I guess let's just send her out again. She came back with water and she's doing good. Alright, we're at day 21, so we're getting close to when Shurkov should arrive. He should be any day now. Fatigued, hungry, sick. I need something to cure him. Our hideout was approached by a man we didn't know who claimed to be an accountant, but he now survives as a trader and a gambler. He offers us a card game for a bet of 2 water bottles. That would have been beautiful, to be honest. We probably would have won, but since we have no cards, we'll never know. We're not answering the phone. We don't really need it. We are waiting for the knock on the door with the man with the bag. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set for the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rather rob somebody. We sent that man away. Good riddance. Hungry, fatigued, thirsty. Hungry, fatigued, thirsty, and sick. Didn't expect the phone call. We're ignoring the phone. It's going to keep on ringing every chance it gets, but tough it out, little Timmy. I'd like for him to just get better, but I don't think he will. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Alright, let's see the food. He's dehydration. We'll give everybody water on 24. We're not messing with the radio. We don't need it. Knock at the door, please. Nope. I wonder if the plant will grow again. Well, I don't have an axe, so I kind of don't want that. But I got the bug spray. I don't know if it'll give me more food. If I use the spray. I don't think it will. Realistically, it sounds like it'd just kill it. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use the radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. We don't need to. They all need water. Ted is starvation. The mom is starvation. And the son is starvation. We'll give them food tomorrow. It has become more difficult to breathe in the shelter over the last couple of hours. We suspect there's something wrong with the ventilation system. Maybe it got stuck somehow. We need the bug spray. Bug spray because that's going to be like freaking spiders or something. And they always get people injured, so we got to just spray it out. Alright, let's see. We decided to spray the hell out of that vent just to be on the safe side. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out, followed by a gust of fresh air. Alright, we got to get everybody food now, I believe. Yeah, starvation, and starvation. So give everybody some food. What's that glowing? Yeah, we're going with the mom on this one because the ants always end up getting people hurt. So kill the freaking ants, Timmy. I should have read that for you guys. I'm sorry. Basically, he had glowing ants in his pocket and he wanted to start an atomic freaking ant farm. And the mom's like, chill, don't do that, please. That's a really bad idea. If you do that, it's just not smart. Timmy reluctantly agreed to get rid of the insects, but once they escaped his pocket, they proved rather hostile. One even bit his finger. Let's keep our distance in case Timmy decides to mutate and grow a mandible overnight. Nothing made us happier than seeing the sight of Mary Jane returning from the shelter, from the surface. Okay. Alright, here, let's read it again. Brew Hern Yer Yim Hermp Group Ritu Habav Zidik Plu Bararu Minil U Hafrar Gua Gerper Agerp Herg Dudu Babur Hump. I don't want her to feel left out. Her diary is important too, so we have to read this, you guys. Krun Fura Guru Aruru Hnen Words Schnurk Her Og Work Yar Ong Her Fazur Hump Gar Wara. There you go. +2 water. Good deal. Water's important right now. We have some more starvation. We'll go ahead and give them what they need, and we'll keep these two as they are. Mary Jane is restless and lonely. She really misses her music lessons, and she would love to visit her high school again. It's a little further than Timmy's school, but it could be worth the trip. There could still be some supplies there, or maybe she runs into some other kids. It's risky, of course, but it might not be the worst idea ever. So how about it? Should she go to... Yeah, you know what? She's a mutant. She's fine. She's good. She's just doing her thing. Delicious coffee. Mary Jane promised to be extra careful. Hopefully this little trip lifts her spirits. Hope so. Little girl needs it. She is probably not too happy. Oh, okay, hang on, what is this? We have a little situation on our hand. There's a group approaching our shelter. They don't seem like the occasional friendly scavengers you run into. Not at all. They look like they're out for blood. Or cans. Probably cans. This is a terrible time for humanity. If canned soups is enough to turn us into monsters. Anyways, we need to defend ourselves. We have nothing to defend with. Please don't let it be end. Okay, there's a gunshot. Let's see what happened. Timmy got hit when those thugs stormed in. He claims he's okay. This might be something serious. Timmy. He's hurt. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. We'll just give everybody everything. Considering he's hurt and all that. Oh my gosh, we have nothing to defend ourselves. Mary Jane, come back! We felt like something was staring at us from the corner of the shelter. We think it's a rat. At least it looks like a rat. A rat on a very good diet. We decided we need to do something about it. Or, to put it more bluntly, it's either him or us. We don't have nothing. We don't have nothing to defend ourselves. Mary Jane's back. What do we lose, though? Oh, goodness. Hello, Mary Jane. As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit through one of those little holes? Okay. Mary Jane returned, but she didn't bring anything, and we lost one can of food. He's hurt and sick. We have to send somebody out. We're going to send Mary Jane again, because she is just kind of beast mode. Mary Jane couldn't find anything noteworthy in terms of supplies, but she did have a look around the school registry and found an address of her favorite music teacher. She now insists on paying him a visit. It's a nice older gentleman who might be in need of assistance in these tough times. It'd be a pretty long walk and obviously not the safest. Should we agree to this? You know what? Yeah. Go to that teacher's place. Actually, I think this was an achievement we already did, where we have to actually ignore that and not go. But yeah, and we didn't go, I believe. I can't remember. We started to worry, but Mary Jane found her way back to the shelter. There was no reason to worry about her old teacher. One thing she neglected to tell us was that he is a hardened war vet. He's doing just fine for himself. He was very happy to see Mary Jane alive and even shared some supplies with her. The trip really exhausted her, but at least her mood was improved. Okay, so 1 food, 1 water. That's good. Fatigued, hungry, starvation. Okay, we'll give her some food. And we're going to send her out to the wasteland again. Mary Jane, skedaddle. I don't think she can lose in the wasteland now. She's like a permanent adventurer. That's kind of where I'm at. Okay, where is Shurikov? I still haven't gotten the cat, which makes me nervous. Fatigued, okay. We really need a med kit. We're not messing with the radio. We really need the med kit, though. Like, genuinely. I don't know if we'll be able to do this. I don't know if we'll be able to get the escape, because we haven't gotten that, because everybody needs to survive for that, because that's the challenge. But we're kind of in a situation, aren't we? Tell you what, if somebody dies, like Timmy right here, which he may. I don't know. I guess let's do that, but yes! Okay, Scruffy Bag. Here's the can of soup. If somebody dies, though, while we have Shurikov, we will aim for one of the other endings. If they all survive, we will aim for the VIP. As soon as the door closed behind us, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to just be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down on the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Shurikov. Is that its name? We got food, fatigued, hungry, fatigued, starvation. He's in agony. I need the med kit or he's gonna die. We didn't expect a phone call. We don't need that. We need a med kit. He's gonna die in a second if we don't get one. Hopefully Mary Jane brings one back. Most likely she will right after he dies, because that's kind of the luck. It's kind of the luck that I get the stuff I need right when they pass. Alright, so they're all starvation. We'll give them food. The other day we heard a quiet knock on the door, but when we opened it, we found a suitcase on the doorstep, and there was no one around. Is it a... Okay, let's take a look. Maybe we'll get lucky and get medkit. I don't think I've ever gotten an actual item from there, but I have gotten, but I have gotten a lot of food and water from it. Inside the suitcase we found some soup, but yuck, it expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spend the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. Okay. Okay. We have to get a med kit. Surviving down here with no walk in is no walk in the park. It won't get easier. We're hopeful this will blow over soon and life will be back to what it used to be. Or else we might face dangers we've never dreamt of. I could really use a med kit right now. I could genuinely use one. Timmy's gone. Okay. Well, son of a gun. So that challenge done. We'll try again though. That's okay. But we're going to keep on going. We're going to try to get one of the cat endings if we can. Get another achievement on the list, and then we'll do another run, and I'll post it tomorrow or the day after or something. Just so you guys know, my schedule with recording, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are when I do all my recording, and I do it for the week after. So I'm always a week ahead when it comes to my recordings. It's just the surefire way to make sure I have Monday through Thursday a video each day. So if you send a challenge, just know that it's going to take a week before I upload it at the minimum. Because if you comment on like a Friday or like a Thursday or something, I'll already have the next week recorded. It'll have to be the week after. So just so you know, and it's because I work. You know, I've got a job and, you know, family and all that. So I got to make sure that stuff is taken care of. And, you know, hopefully one day I can do this full time, and I can put full focus every day. I can just record for the day so I can stay like more accurate with when you guys ask for things and have it ready the next day. But it's going to take time. You know, day 36, we've got 36 subscribers. Subscribe. Help the channel grow. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm and all that. Genuinely, sincerely, you know, I'd like to do this for a living. But I know it's going to take a long time. I assume it's going to take me 5-6 years before the channel grows to a point that I can do that. And I'm just going to have to keep doing 4 videos a week until I get to that point. So for now, it's just, I do it for free, for fun. And I try to stay as up to date with the stuff as I can. And until I get to that point, you know, that's just kind of the way it's got to be. So, but anyways, it's hard not to worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with the shelter life, but we can't lose hope. All right, let's see what we got. Yep, explaining that we are lousy parents. Yeah, so we couldn't do anything about Timmy's wounds. They got worse and worse until eventually he got fed up and left. All that remains of him is a note explaining that we are lousy parents and he will be back when he becomes the warlord of the wasteland. I believe in him. That's my boy. We'll just go ahead and give them water. She's sick now, so we still technically need a med kit, of course. We can't get one here. I mean, I guess we could trade the flashlight. We don't really need it. Don't really need it, so whatever. Get us some more water. Mary Jane should be back. Yep. We got a lot of water now. Holy cow. After making the trade, the man packed his things into a wheelbarrow and departed. Before leaving, he uttered something about bandit activity nearby and how dangerous the area is. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Okay, let's read it again. Krunfura Gura Rura Hung Wort Shrug Hara Agam Work Yar Young Her Fazur Humph Gura Wara. So water, +2. Good job, Mary Jane. Good job. We're proud of you. Fatigue, sick, hungry. Okay, so everybody's fine for now. We're not going to go on any adventures. Shirkoff is still a fresh little addition to our little family, so we need to keep an eye on him. Believe it or not, today we just noticed something else on its collar. It seems to be a metal plate with an address on it, and it's not far. Should we take... Yes. So we want to take a quick trip. Let him get taken. He'll come back. He'll investigate wires. We follow the wires. Then they'll ask for food or water. Well, actually... Actually, no. That's not right. Well, no, because the fourth person died, so we can't do the challenge, technically. So when he comes back, we just need to ignore everything. Before we reach the end of our street, where we're stopped by two men, stylish coats, they rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they'd been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Shirkoff belongs to an old lady who was rather fond of it, misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it for the last few days. Actually, I think I read something about this, like, to help with the cat endings. So if we follow the wires, we get mad at the VIP guys. And Ted, like, storms back to the shelter. After that, we ignore the banging on the door. And I think that's... I may be wrong on this, but I think that speeds up the cat multiplication as long as we ignore them. Right? So we'll give her food. Fatigued, sick, hungry. Fatigued, hungry. But we do genuinely need... We do genuinely need to get a med kit, though. We're kind of in a situation. Alright, let's use the radio. Nope. We don't need to do that. Starvation. Let's go ahead and give him something. Well, we can hold off on him for a day, at least. We don't have nothing to trade. Would have been nice. Kinda. Not really. Nothing to trade for that we needed. Because we've already got the trade achievement, so we don't need to do none of that. Although the girls are very brave to walk around in the wasteland like that, sadly we don't have anything of interest for us, so we declined their offer. They wished us to have a nice day and left. Okay, we can give him food. You know, we'll give him all that. She's just hungry. Today was an exciting day for Ted. All of a sudden, he found car keys in his back pocket. He'd been sitting on them the whole time. Anyways, it got reminiscent about his favorite automobile, and now he's worried about being parked for too long. Something tells us this is the least of our trouble at the moment, but Ted seems really eager to go out and turn the engine over. No. It could be a bomb, and then I'll be stuck with the mom who's sick, and she could die. And if she dies, it's just the run's over. So we're going to keep going. All right, Shirkoff is back. Come on, Ted, give it a rest. We can't even remember where it was parked before the blast. And even if we found it, what are the odds that it's still working? Forget it. Our shiny, beautiful car is probably just a bunch of molten junk in the ditch somewhere. To our surprise, we found Shirkoff back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. It is our good... Is it our good care it appreciates? Our kind hearts? Optimism? Or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Alright, Ted, what do you got? Starvation. She's just sick, hungry, fatigued, hungry. I kind of want to send her out, the daughter. Just for more supplies, I think we should. Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups of and still feel sleepy. But where are we going to find this in the wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diner is, used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go for the run, but who? Let's send Mary Jane, because she's solid. I don't think she can even get sick, to be honest with you. Great, we got a whole pot of cold coffee. taste is weird and we don't have sugar or milk to give it flavor, but it'll do. To step up from the blend, slightly irritated water we've been drinking. The pot only had a few cups worth of coffee and we gulped it down in mere minutes. All of us are very alert and ready for anything for the next 5 or so minutes anyways. I guess if Mary Jane starves, she'll attack somebody. Alright, send Mary Jane because she is solid in the wasteland. Hopefully she comes back with more food and we're going to keep doing stuff. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, she went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. And everybody's awake and alert, which is good. Nobody needs anything except for... Okay. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Shirkoff found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plaster and debris fell on our table, topped off with a big, meowing furball. What is this thing anyways? Nobody remembers it being there before. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire. So maybe it's best we leave it be. Or should we examine that wire? Yeah, examine it. Go to it. The guys will be mad. We're going to ignore them when they bang on the door and just keep going from there. And we'll ignore everything else to do with the cat. And he should multiply. And if we have enough food, we will get Cat Lady. If we don't have enough food and we run out, then we will get I'm the Captain Meow. So that's 2 achievements that we could possibly get. One of them, at least. One of the other. We followed the wire outside. Found a half-burnt-down truck with 2 surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. Alright, let's see. We haven't done anything about Dolores' sickness, which is okay for now. Okay, we're not answering the phone. Don't need to answer the phone. Mary Jane and Ted are going to make it, so I think we can get one of the cat endings with just these 2, and we'll also have the Mary Jane achievement for this video, so I'm kind of excited about that. Alright, phone's fine. Let's see what they're looking like. Fatigued and hungry. Fatigued, sick, and hungry. We're okay. Ignore the radio. That's what that is. We don't really need the radio. We got knocking on the door. We need to ignore it. Something we need to really do is use the phone. Don't want to. I don't like the phone. Don't need it right now. The agents who are spying on us are at the door. Explain themselves. Should we hear them out? No. Ignore those agents. Were they knocking again? Yeah, we're not falling for that top secret agent crap. They're just big phonies. We told them to go straight to hell and never come back. What's Tad looking like? Thirsty and hungry. Thirsty and hungry, sick and fatigued. Our sorry excuse for a dinner was interrupted by a raspy voice coming from outside saying, "Want to buy a rock?" We calmed down and then we realized the voice belonged to an old man, Jim, who used to live in our town. Well, at least we think he did. We just never quite figured out where he stayed. We should probably answer his question. It's impolite to keep him waiting like that. I can't remember what Jim does. Let's do it and just see what happens. We got a lot of food and water, so we'll be alright doing this. If it gets us sick, I'm going to be a little upset. Okay, cool. Ted's fine. It would have been nice if it just randomly gave us a medkit. We opened the door and greeted Old Man Ted with a smile. He was eager to show us his bag filled with a rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free. For old time's sake, we agreed, carefully chose the best-looking rock, and the man left. We can't complain. It's a good rock, really. Also, he claims it brings luck. We'll see about that. Alright, dehydration. Go ahead and give him some water. She's both, and she's sick, so we're going to give her that. A gang of thugs started banging on the door, ordering us to surrender and give up all of our supplies. How do we reply to these scumbags? Let's do the harmonica. It's all we got. It's all we got, man. Okay, I think we're okay. They lowered down their weapons and cried a few tears, surprised by the beauty of our music. They will let us live today. Fatigued and hungry. Fatigued, sick, and hungry. On our way back from the last expedition, we noticed some drawings on a half-ruined wall nearby. It was a very crude map of our town, and a place was marked with an X. Maybe someone's secret stash of soup? Shall we go check it? I'm gonna... See, I feel bad for sending her, but at the same time, I don't want to risk sending Ted, because he's fine, and I want to see what's at the X, because we need a medkit for her. So you know what, Dolores? It's time to put in work and go get your own medkit. Come back with a medkit or you're going to die. That's kind of where you're at. Oh, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff. Lucky find. We were afraid the map was a trap, leading us straight into a camp full of bandits, but it turned out to be true. At the end of the path, we found some supplies that might be helpful to us. An axe. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Gosh. Hurrah for a shrug, humph, hew, grot, yelp, res, her, plus food can. Karan, fura, gura, rura, hung, buffer, wort, shurg, her, work, yar, ugh, her, frizzer, humph, gara, wara. Plus 2 water. Good job. Good job, Mary Jane. We're all proud of you. Starvation. She's just hungry, so we're fine. We're gonna send Mary Jane right back out. She is amazing at this. She's actually amazing at this. We need to hurry up and get some multiplying cats, you know? Alright, we need some multiplying cats. That's what we need. Hungry, thirsty, starvation, give her food, because she, I think, will do stuff. I think she'll, like, kill the family, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully she doesn't take off. She's, like, the perfect expedition person. I mean, who's gonna attack a mutant, you know? Let's see what the dad's doing. We'll give him water. We'll give her water. She's sick, so just give her what she needs. All hands on deck. There are people on the other side of the door, and they don't seem too friendly. In fact, they promised us a painful death at least 17 times already. And it's only been 5 minutes since they arrived. We'd better prepare. They'll be forcing their way through that door any minute now. We'll use the axe. We just got an axe. Pop. Little pop gun. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, we were able to defend our home this time. What if they come back? Our axe broke during the fight. We should get a new one as quickly as we can. Hopefully Mary Jane either comes back with a weapon, or she comes back with a med kit. One of the two, I'll be happy. Of course, even if she comes back with a med kit, though, I don't know how good that's going to be for us. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use the radio on a regular basis. I'm good. I don't like the radio. Let's hold off on Ted getting food. We're running a little low on food. Fatigued, sick, hungry. We didn't expect a phone call. We're good on that. Okay, knock on the door. I don't know who it is. You know, it's weird. We never got Pancake this run. We didn't get any event for Pancake. It's way too dangerous to randomly run and answer a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive wasteland. Starvation. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from the other side of the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone introduces themselves like that, they're probably planning on killing someone in the name of freedom. I don't think we should open it because I think we have... Man, but they could give us a weapon. And we really need a weapon. I think we have to risk it, because we're going to need it here soon anyways. So we should risk it. Okay, day 56, we survived it. And they gave us an axe. Perfect. It was worth the risk. Okay, when we peeked outside, we were greeted by a group of high school students. They were all equipped and looked like they could take care of themselves. They questioned us about enemy combatants in the area. We couldn't help them, but we were able to leave them. They were happy to leave one of their spare axes with us in case we needed to defend ourselves. When we asked why they would help us, they replied, "It's what Wolverines do." Alright, let's see. You are dehydrated, give you water, we got plenty. And dehydrated, give you water, we got plenty. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting in a shelter was a trumpet. It was played by somebody that was clearly not a trumpet player, and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merry men in so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Yeah, well, I'm not opening that door. That one's always like a 50-50 that they're just gonna freaking rob us. And I'm good on that. What if we make it to day 111, I think it is. That's another achievement. It's just surviving really far. But we have to have weapons to do that. We didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked until those noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure what those people... We want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough. But can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? They might make it worse for those who don't seem harmless. They might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. Okay. Fatigued and hungry is fine. Starvation, let's just give it to her. Just when we thought we've had a quiet day, We got invaded. A group of bandits is on the other side of the door, demanding we walk out with our hands in the air, or they will get in the hard way. That doesn't sound too good. What do we do? Use the axe. Use the axe. Protect yourself. Mary Jane's back, I believe. I hope we get to keep the axe. Hopefully it doesn't break. It broke. Alright, we were able to fight off the bandits this time, but there was no guarantee they won't come back. We need to be prepared at all times. The axe broke during the fight. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Makes me chuckle every time I have to read this, but I feel like I need to. Harag, Shrog, Hump, You, Grut, Yrl, Rizzle, or Riz, Harung. +1 food. Quran, Fura, Gura, Rura, Hung, Bafu, Shrog, Hra, Yag, Work, Yar, Ung, Hug, Fizzer, Humph, Gara, Ra. Alright, so cool. Let's see. Ted is starvation. We'll give him something. Or she's hungry. Honestly, I need a lot of food. We were about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking at the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could it be in this part of the wasteland? How in the hell did they survive the nuke? Should we open it? I need a med kit. And I need food. And I need a weapon. So we've got to risk some of these. We have to risk some of these. We don't have a choice. Ted got sick. Son of a gun. Okay. Turned out it was a nice, mysterious fellow in a weird suit. He gave us some soup cans. This will help us survive the next couple of days. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seemed it gave us an awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. Okay, so we don't have a med kit. Feed her. We're going to keep her. No, we're not messing with the radio. We're just going to keep it moving. The cat should... Man, I don't know. I feel like the cat takes forever to multiply. Is it... Maybe I'm doing something wrong? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. We're going to survive as long as we can. Okay, let's go ahead and send Mary Jane out the next day. Okay. Listen to the radio. Good. Starvation. She's diseased. She's probably going to die soon. But I've got Ted. If I can get Mary Jane to get a med kit while she's outside, that would be helpful. That would be super duper helpful. Okay. And then also the cat. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Yes. Let's hope. She's diseased, fatigued, and hungry. Bandits are at the door, promising us the worst fate we can imagine if we don't let them in. It's time to make a stand or surrender. All we have is the harmonica. Day 63. We survived. They didn't get in. Our harmonica broke. We lived to see another day. Our attempt at producing beautiful, sorrowful music that would soften their hearts resulted in a cacophony of hellish noises instead. The attackers ran away, covering their ears. They will probably be back. So we broke that, and they're going to be coming back, and we're definitely in a situation. We don't have the book. We have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country, so there's a good chance she's still configuring her cow counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her hen house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, or do we? We put some photos in books a while ago after a giant coffee spill incident. Okay. We're not answering the phone, but I'm glad we got it because it keeps us from having to get a bad event. And so we are left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Okay, dehydration, we'll just give you that. Dehydration, we'll give you that. Okay, we don't want the phone call. We don't care too much for it. They both went crazy. Oh no. It's way too dangerous to randomly answer the phone. He's crazy, hungry, sick, and fatigued. Fatigued, diseased, hungry, crazy. Seems like both Dolores and Ted have been keeping count. Today is their wedding anniversary. Oh, happy day. They have both prepared gifts and wishes for each other and are eager to share them now. Who will open them first? We'll let Dolores open it first. Come on, Ted, don't let me down. Get her something good. Oh. That's awkward. She died on his anniversary. That's rough. The gift was rather unorthodox. Ted made a carving on the shelter wall. It was a heart shape with D plus T engraved in the middle. Dolores called it vandalism. So there's that. That's rough. Okay. Dolores' sickness progressed quickly. Coughing, fever, chest pains. Well, at least they got their anniversary together. Just when we thought it might have a quiet day, we got invaded. We don't have anything. I think this is the end, boys and girls and ladies and men and people and others. I think that's it. Just when we thought we might have a quiet day, we got invaded. A group of bandits on the other side of that door demanding we walk hands out in the air, or they will get in the hard way. It doesn't sound too good. What do? We let it go, Ted. We let it go. That was the end. Bandits came in. There's no telling what will happen to us next. We're at the mercy of these thugs, and it's unlikely to have a happy ending. It's the end of the line for us. That was a good run, though. That was actually a pretty good run. I got one achievement. It's actually extremely hard to get, so I'm okay with that. What time are we looking at? Hang on. You know what? Yeah, solid hour. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe. You can see more content like this. I do roguelikes. I do incrementals. I like to do achievement hunting, which is what I'm doing for this 60 seconds. I also accept challenges in the comments. If you see something or know something that you're like, this is fun to do or fun to watch, let me know. I'll give it a shot. And so subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a comment. That helps the algorithm. Like the video. That helps the algorithm. Things like that. I also plan on to start doing a monthly episode of horror games because I'm a pretty big chicken. I get pretty scared at horror games, but I think they'll be good. I had a couple people say they enjoyed them, and so I figured I would, try to post a monthly one and just make it a thing. If you want to see what the horror videos would be like, I've got some Halloween episode specials that I did. They're 2 short videos. One's a 15-minute, one's a 30-minute, and I was scared beyond. It terrified me. I don't even think they were scary games, but they were scary to me. I guess they were. They were pretty terrifying. But the next game I'm going to play that's a horror game is called Madison, and apparently that's like 10 times scarier, and it's a lot longer. So that one's going to be a bit of a series. I'm going to try to play it all the way through, and it might be a pretty long video, like a 2 or 3 hour video. If I don't finish it, then I'll do another one I'll do another video for it to complete the game. And either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the content, and it's good to have you here. I'm so happy that the subscriber list is growing. I got 36, and it's growing quicker than I thought it would. And yeah, but I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.